reacting,
Have you ever met someone who just feels
reacting to my viewers' YouTube video. That's the title. Let's get into this.
Have you ever met someone who just feels effortlessly likable? Like they're in that rare top percentile of people who just make others feel truly seen.
Right,
When you
of
talk to them,
course.
you feel understood. You feel like they're genuinely listening. They value you as a human being. And
I do have a little friend like this. My little buddy. He's so cute. He's so cute.
they see the best in you. Wherever they go, it seems like they have friends. People celebrate them, elevate them, almost like they have this quiet aura that draws others in. And that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly why it's so rare. Honestly, I can probably only name 3 or 4 people I've met who truly fit that description. And when you meet them, it's
Bro said they're talking about me in the vid. I'm the most likable person. You sure about it? I don't think the most likable person says they're the most likable person, bro.
immediately noticeable. You feel a shift in energy around them. It seems
Mm.
like the more likable a person is, the more life opens up for them. People enjoy being around them. They invite them to events, include them in their circles. They even hand them opportunities like promotions, collaborations, or special projects. And you might look at that and think, well, that's not fair. They're not more qualified than I am. But it doesn't change the reality. Being more likable
Yeah,
literally opens doors, and those who are
100%.
likable, they tend to do better in nearly every area of life compared to people who others avoid. I've spent a lot of
Oh,
time thinking about what makes someone likable. What is it about certain people that make others genuinely enjoy being around them? Is there a common thread, a pattern, something we can actually adopt in our own lives to become more likable? And when I think about it, it's not about trying to be someone you're not. It's about refining the ways you show up, the ways you communicate, the small
100%. Yeah.
gestures, the micro actions that accumulate and leave people with a sense of being valued and understood. Because at the core, likability isn't some magic trick. It's a result of habits, awareness, and authenticity working together.
This is very true. This is very true. The most likable people are usually the most honest. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. Or you think they're being honest?
Now I get it. Some of you might already be rolling your eyes. You might be thinking, why should I even care about being more likable? Should I just focus on myself and
You
my
said
own
it
happiness? And
opens
if
doors,
people
bro.
don't like it, that's on them? I get it. It's a nice sentiment, but it's a little naive.
That is low key what I'd be doing. It is naive, but I'm like, fuck it. I'm doing what I do. Type shit.
If you struggle with social interactions, just being yourself rarely gets you very far. Sometimes,
Mhm.
what you think of as your personality might just be a habit, a controversial tick, or something you learned growing up. Something you adopted without even realizing it, and it could actually be making you harder to connect with than necessary. And that's the tricky part. The very things we think are unique and authentic about ourselves can actually push people away without us even noticing. It's
Oh,
subtle, but it's real. You might be doing something as simple as crossing your arms, avoiding eye contact, or speaking with a clipped tone. Habits you've carried for years, and they're unintentionally sending a signal that you're unapproachable. For
mm,
example, if you struggle to
that's true.
maintain eye contact and you've gotten used to looking down all the time, learning to make eye contact more naturally doesn't make you someone else. It doesn't
Okay,
betray who you are.
okay, that used to be me. That used to be me. That used to be me. But now I just be like, I really be looking at him like this now. Holding that contact, making him comfortable amount of contact.
It's just a small adjustment that can dramatically change how others perceive you. And over time, these micro adjustments compound, building an invisible aura of warmth and approachability that others unconsciously gravitate toward. So in this video, I'm going to talk off the cuff about some of the behaviors and mindsets of the most likable people I've ever met. Then we'll
Okay.
explore how you might adopt them and become more enjoyable to be around. We're going to dive into examples, reflections, and observations that you can actually start practicing today, step by step, in ways that feel
I bet.
natural.
Let's do
And
this.
we'll explore not just actions, but the mindset behind them. Because likability isn't just a series of behaviors, it's a way of thinking. It's a conscious awareness of how our presence affects others. The first thing to realize
Mm.
is that nobody really remembers everything you say. What sticks is how you made them feel. How people feel in your
Yeah.
presence is what leaves an impression. Think of it like walking into a room. You may say very little, but if you make people feel welcomed, comfortable, and interesting, they remember you. Your presence becomes a
True.
memory, a subtle imprint that lasts longer than any clever joke or factoid ever could. Here's a simple example.
Okay.
Imagine someone's venting about all their problems, going on a heated monologue about the day's frustrations, You're listening, trying to offer advice or ask a question, but they steamroll over you and continue talking. You
Ah, hell
feel
no.
dismissed, unvalued.
I'm leaving right there. You're getting no more advice.
That feeling, that's what they'll remember about you. Every interaction carries that same weight. Are you leaving people feeling appreciated and empowered? Or are you making them feel ignored and expendable? And it's subtle. Just a glance, a nod, a pause, or a follow-up question can flip the whole experience. Another scenario. Say you're on a date, talking about your accomplishments. Your job, your life, your achievements. Maybe
Right.
it's impressive. But after a while, you
Not for
realize
me.
the conversation has mostly been one-sided. You ask routine questions, try to make it back and forth, but later they think, he seems nice, but I just didn't feel that spark. That spark? That's everything. It's not your job title or your six-figure income that people remember, it's the energy you give off, the way you make them feel in the moment. The most likable people understand this instinctively. They put others at ease because they themselves are at ease. The most likable people put others at ease because they're relaxed enough to stop performing and start genuinely being curious. They're comfortable with conversation, with eye contact, and with playfulness. They make others feel valued and important. They ask questions, they follow threads of conversation, and they notice details about people. And it all comes across as genuine because it is. You might think, wait, so should I just be a pushover? Never voice my own opinion? Just make
Nah.
everyone else feel special? Not at all.
I'm gonna say it before he does. I don't care if he already said it. No, don't do that.
It's not about losing yourself. In fact, the more genuinely interested you are in others, the more they feel seen, and the more they like you. And when people like you, they naturally reciprocate asking about your life, your thoughts, your experiences. You give
Yeah.
first, then you receive. It's a rhythm, a dynamic, a natural dance of human connection that likable people understand intuitively. Some might argue, but if I'm not genuinely interested, isn't that fake? Here's the paradox. The people most comfortable with themselves are often the least desperate to talk about themselves. If you're insecure, everything you share is a hope for validation. But if you genuinely like your life, you don't need that validation. You can ask questions that intrigue you, and people respond openly because they feel truly listened to. That's the key to likability, making people feel valued while being secure in yourself. And over time, these habits compound into a presence that others find magnetic, welcoming, and genuinely enjoyable. So,
Okay.
if you want to be the most likable version of yourself, start with your own life. Appreciate it, respect yourself, and don't participate in things that undermine your self-opinion. If you dislike yourself,
That's tough.
it's hard to be genuinely curious about others. You're too busy seeking validation. But when you're secure, you can enjoy conversation, explore other people's stories, and naturally foster reciprocity. You can engage without needing approval, without anxiety, without performing a role, and it's liberating. Everyone has stories worth hearing, they just need someone to ask. And when you show curiosity, patience, and empathy, people respond in kind. To wrap it up, keeping friends, building connections, and being genuinely enjoyable to be around boils down to consideration, curiosity, and respect. Look for the good in people, give credit, and pay attention. That's how likable people operate. And over time, these qualities don't just make you likable, they improve your life, your relationships, and even your opportunities in ways that you might not anticipate at first glance.
Right.
Anyways, I'd love
That's
to hear
good.
from you. Think about the most likable person you know. What makes them stand out? Comment below. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see how you use these insights to become more likable and make others feel
Zileon Taki, I do like this video. I do like it. I see what you're going for, you know. Yes, so I just started this channel. It's a work in progress. Does it look like an actual real YouTube video, or does it look like some other? It does looks like an actual YouTube video. Like it looks like yeah, like people watch videos like this all the time. Like yeah, it's informational, you know, it's talking about a topic that everyone knows about, but you know, people rarely speak about. But yeah, I think this is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I do like this. And that was reacting to my viewers' YouTube video. Thank you for watching.